Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got 3 stories for you in this very latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. And there are some participants within the legacy financial system that are issuing warnings about cryptocurrencies for various reasons and how dangerous and scary they are to invest in. And the reasons that they're citing these cryptocurrencies to be scary, in large part, are the reason that I'm here. And so they find it as bad, negative, scary, and I say that is stupid, STOOPID, stupid. And so what? XRP, it's all going to collapse and it's going to go away? Does utility even functionally matter? Because look, here's the headline from Crypto Newsflash. Analysts at JPMorgan warn investors of frothy crypto markets as altcoins surge exceptionally. And JPMorgan says, crypto is not in a, quote, structural uptrend, end quote. Structural uptrend. Well, what the hell do you mean by that? Because I'll tell you what, crypto's been heading in one direction, generally speaking, for about 12 years. And that's not to say there aren't dips and pullbacks, but directionally, the trend has been clear for 12 years. That's what I'm saying. And it's been up, despite even 90% plus pullbacks at times. So there's that, and then there's this headline from You Today, because I've had a little fun talking about Goldbug Peter Schiff, and he's been in the news a bit lately. He's always squawking about Bitcoin's bad for this reason, crypto's dumb for this reason, I like gold, buy my yellow rocks. That's pretty much it. But here's the headline from You Today. Bitcoin influencer Peter Schiff opines on why Bitcoin is losing market dominance. Oh, insightful Peter Schiff. Actually, he is pretty much. He's just so wrong about crypto. And then there's this from You Today. Flare community to have its own Wikipedia. And I'm going to use this to bitch up a storm. Well, maybe not a full-on storm. But I'm going to bitch a little bit because it's my channel and I do what I want, damn it, about XRP on being listed on Wikipedia. I want to talk about that. But I want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos, but it's purely as a hobby. And so into this first piece from Crypto Newsflash, again titled, Analysts at JPMorgan warn investors of frothy crypto markets as altcoins surge exceptionally. Analysts at investment banking company at JPMorgan have sounded the alarm on frothy crypto markets following the August buzz. The JPMorgan analysts have warned investors, but crypto media, it's a bunch of C students, right? A bunch of C students, they write something up, they don't check their work, and then it's just like, ooh, published to the Webernuts, and it's just out there, right? Like, why bother spell checking when you could just not spell check, right? Way better decision. So anyway, I'll just read it like they wrote it. The JPMorgan analysts have warned inventors that the crypto markets are now appearing frothy. Froth. Last month, the trading volume in the entire crypto space reached $1 trillion again, creating a market boom. Now, according to analysts, some crypto assets have already surged higher than their objective worth. And so this is the part that makes me laugh here. Their objective worth? I'm sorry, are you new to crypto? Because cryptocurrency, the whole damn asset class just moves in tandem. Like, this is part of the reason I'm here. It's part of the reason I hold some of the roughly 24 different cryptocurrencies that I hold, is because objectively nobody gives a damn. It's just the market go up because people are betting on the asset class as a whole because the asset class is in its nascency. It's not clear. By and large, so says the market in general, which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here, and it's not clear at what point the market's going to actually figure this out. It takes a long time, though, obviously. And then the piece continues. Apart from valuations in the crypto space, the JPMorgan analysts also mentioned the ever-increasing value of non-fungible tokens. By the way, and for those of you not in the know, I've been talking about this a little bit recently, but Ripple's making a big push for the XRP ledger to be adopted specifically for that, which will benefit XRP holders because XRP must be held in order to issue an asset on the XRP ledger, a non-fungible token. You can issue anything you want on the XRP ledger, but it takes XRP, which is a benefit because obviously, if you can imagine a world where non-fungible tokens are widely adopted, well, if it's on the XRP ledger, that represents potentially a whole lot of XRP being locked up. On an individual basis, it's not much at all, nothing to speak of particularly. But if the XRP ledger is adopted for this use case in a meaningful way, yeah, it's going to be substantial here. But here's a quote from the JPMorgan analyst. And I love this. The share of altcoins looks rather elevated by historical standards, and in our opinion, it is more likely to be a reflection of both froth and retail investors' mania rather than a reflection of structural uptrend. So let's pause right there. Look, I do believe that utility matters. So as far as this pertains to XRP, mania or not, as long as XRP continues to solve real problems for real people, it never goes to zero. That's my opinion. And so I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold it or anything else. That's my personal, humble, unprofessional opinion. That's what I think. And I happen to feel very strongly about that. But XRP is being used today. Businesses need it to exist in order to fulfill the business models that they have today. Specifically, I'm referencing right now, what's on my mind is on-demand liquidity, which requires the usage of XRP as a bridge currency for settlement. And it's literally used every single freaking day. So to me, that instills confidence. Now, I'm here for the mania. So here you have JPMorgan warning that there's mania. So think about this. Like, what's the point of investing? It's to experience volatility, right? Because if you put your money in something and it doesn't move at all relative to the United States dollar or whatever the hell your fiat currency is, what the hell is the point? There's no damn point, right? So we're here for volatility. And so the more volatile the market, the more opportunity, especially, and that's my opinion, especially in a market that's been trending upward for 12 years to this point, despite admittedly massive pullbacks here. I'm here for the mania, and here you have JP Morgan acting like this is a bad thing. Would they say all volatility is bad? Or has it just reached a point where there's too much volatility and now it's bad? Because you know what's more important than the volatility, in my opinion, in terms of whether or not it makes sense to jump into a market, is what direction is the market heading? Does it look like it's crashing down to zero forever? Or does it look like, despite massive pullbacks, it continues to climb and climb and climb and climb? It's like, do you think I'm scared holding XRP? Hell no. Because right now, and plus I'm monitoring the evolution of this asset class like that. If I weren't watching it, I'd be a bit nervous. I'm not going to set this thing on autopilot for sure. You got to stay involved and engaged. I believe anyway. But even if the market tanks 90%, okay, fine. So let's say that a bunch of these 10,000 plus cryptocurrencies get flushed out of the system, and they no longer. We've been waiting for that. A lot of people thought this was going to happen during the bear market we just got out of over the last few years. It didn't happen, which just means that humans have not yet figured out which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here. But let's say they happen right after the next bubble pops. Okay, fine, I don't care. Even if I don't sell my XRP because it doesn't go where I want it to go, which is not what I'm expecting to happen. But even if, okay, fine, then I'll just keep holding. Just like you think about the .com boom and bust cycle. Like for those that even if you bought towards the top, say you bought Amazon towards what used to be the top, and then it crashed down. I can't remember. It may have crashed somewhere in the neighborhood of like 90%. Amazon did. It was pretty deep. I don't know if it was 80, 90%. It was pretty deep. But it's not because the fundamentals of Amazon were suddenly bad. It's because people were betting on Amazon along with everything else. And so when the bubble bust happened, it just tanked. It didn't mean that there was a problem with Amazon. And you know what it did after that? It just kept climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. And now it's one of the most valuable companies on the entire planet. And so I'm looking at XRP in a similar sense. Even if it crashes because the rest of the market does, because humans don't know what the hell they're doing, if anything, it might entice me to purchase even more, possibly. If that happens. Because the flushing, eventually, yes, I do believe there's going to be a flushing out of the system here. But my gosh, the idea that we're not in a structural uptrend, what do you mean? We've got 12 years worth of data showing that it is doing nothing but going up despite these massive pullbacks. No structural uptrend? I mean, unless he just purely means in the short-term market getting ahead of itself, but that doesn't change the fact that we're in a 12-year uptrend and there's no sign that's going to stop. Like, are humans just suddenly after bubble pops just decide that there's no utility to crypto and therefore no one's going to have money in it? Like, that's ridiculous. That's an absurd proposition. Of course that's not going to happen here. It's going to keep going up. And so what I'm saying is I'm here for all of the reasons that they're warning investors, like they're trying to warn investors of this and tell them to stay away. And I'm not pretending that there's no risk, which is why anybody jumping into the space better freaking educate themselves, and they better have their emotions in check, because this is This is not for everyone. I'm not pretending that investing in crypto is for everyone. Not everybody can handle it, frankly, for a number of reasons, not the least of which is managing their own emotions. But that doesn't mean that there isn't true, genuine opportunity here. Like, the markets are doing exactly what I've been anticipating they do for years now. It is. Structurally, it's doing exactly what I want. Not, and I don't pretend to have known exactly when prices would jump up, go down, all the retracements. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying structurally, the big picture stuff, it's doing exactly what I was expecting it to do. So anyway, the piece continues. Furthermore, the analyst gave a breakdown of the altcoin trading performance over the past month. As of the beginning of August, altcoin trading was just about 22% of the total crypto market. However, trading has now gone up to around 33% in a month. Apparently, a lot of crypto traders are satisfied with the increased value of altcoin prices. However, the bank's analysts are concerned that the rise may not exist for so long. I'm not concerned. Okay, look, I'm not concerned about that. I'm counting on it, which is why when things go parabolic, I'll be scaling out. Like, there's so much data that indicates, to me at least, that it's probable this is what's going to happen. So they're right about the fact that it's, well, to me, it's as close to fact as possible, that the prices like these, they're not going to last for so long. But that's the point. Like, this is what I have been waiting for. This is exactly what I'm saying right here. And so the fact that we're seeing it go in that direction, they're citing it here. You know, altcoins trading was just about 22% of the crypto market, and then went up to 33% in a month. Well, that's the direction I was expecting and hoping for, so that's good to see. Awesome. What the hell's the problem? And so, again, I'm not pretending it's for most people, because people just jumping into this, they will just emotionally wreck themselves and financially as a result of it. And so, like, that's why I'm saying, like, you got to do your own research here. But for me, I am very confident in what I'm doing. I sleep very easily. I'm just counting on humans behaving the same as humans always have. That's pretty much it. It's not that I'm not overcomplicating this. My strategy has been to just buy and then do nothing and wait for the other humans to be silly and emotional and irrational and get it, the market's frothy, and build it up and let the bubble inflate, and then I'm just going to sell as it goes up. That's it. Like, it's not that complex. And so I don't know why we have to talk like volatility is a bad thing and a frenzy. Like, this is creating tremendous opportunity. That's the way I look at it, anyway. And then there's Peter Schiff. Oh, God. The arguments. I believe that he perhaps believes a lot of what he's saying about crypto, but some of his arguments are so piss poor. It's like, can't you just stick to like, I don't know, some of your better arguments? Like, some of them? I'd punch holes in any of his arguments, frankly, but like, this one is ridiculous. Let me just share this. So here's the headline. Bitcoin influencer Peter Schiff opines on why Bitcoin is losing market dominance. Oh, yeah, Peter Schiff, yeah, you're the one I want to go to for this. Okay. The CEO of Euro Pacific Capital and fan of gold as an investment tool, Peter Schiff, has taken to Twitter to slam Bitcoin yet again, offering his explanation as to why Bitcoin is losing its market share. Ooh, tell me more, Peter. I've been wondering why the market share go down. Tell me, Peter, why the market share go down. Yes, Peter, please. Mr. Mouth Breather does want to know why market share go down. Schiff has tweeted that he believes the flagship cryptocurrency is losing dominance since it has to compete for market share with almost 12,000 other cryptocurrencies. Oh, is that simple as that? So there's more cryptocurrencies and market dominance go down? So of course, it's cyclical though, so it's not quite as simple as he's making it out to be. Yes, the fact that there are other coins impacts the market dominance, money going into them, of course, but things are a little bit cyclical, which is why I've been saying, if you've been watching my channel, the videos where I talk about price, I've been mentioning it's reasonable to suspect that Bitcoin, when it has its final leg up for part of that, perhaps the initial burst, we'll see exactly when, it's plausible that Bitcoin could see an increase in dominance, but ultimately when money cycles out and flows into other altcoins, you will see a drop again, which is what we saw last market cycle when Bitcoin dominance got down to about 35%, and many analysts think it's going to go even lower this market cycle for a number of reasons, including the fact that there are way more cryptocurrencies in existence today than others, and so you get all these sorts of cryptos just bid up in price. Doesn't take that much money flowing in to do it. And then in terms of, you just take a look at the market cap share of Bitcoin versus the rest of it, yeah, it's totally plausible to think that Bitcoin's dominance this market cycle may dip below 30%. Don't know for sure, but it seems somewhat likely. We'll see. Anyway, the piece continues. He notes that that none of these cryptos are scarce in reality, since new currencies emerge in the market nearly every day, assuming that the only thing that differs between them is their names. After all, Schiff reckons that the supply of altcoins will eventually kill any demand that exists at the moment. And this is the most ridiculous, bogus argument. Check out what... So here's the actual tweet from Peter Schiff. Bitcoin is losing market dominance because it competes for market share with over 11,500 other cryptos. None of these digital tokens are really scarce, as new cryptos are created every day, and the most significant difference is the name. Supply will eventually overwhelm demand. And so here's Peter Schiff pretending that market participants are actually functionally treating every single one of these cryptocurrencies. He says 11,500 other cryptocurrencies. He's saying that the market today is treating all of them exactly the same. Well, that's provably not the case if you go to livecoinwatch.com or coinmarketcap.com, and you can see that although the market does move in tandem, there's a small percentage of humans, I count myself among them, that has done some voting with their real money based on utility or functionality, or just lots of people, even though I'd argue whether or not they're right about the utility of a particular cryptocurrency, the money's flowing into projects where people think that they have potentially long-term viability. So it's like that is happening. There's a small percentage of humans doing it, and then the rest just following like lemmings to what the small percentage of people that are actually researching are doing. Like that's and so it's messy. It's a very messy process, but this is just how the market's figuring all this stuff out here. But to pretend like the market's literally treating every single one of these cryptocurrencies exactly the same makes no sense, because if they were, then you would expect what? You'd probably expect the market cap of each of these cryptocurrencies to have to be equal. Every single one of them exactly the same. They're all number one, which means they're all number 11,500 also. They're all exactly the same. But that's not the case. And the market, and this is provably true, the market is not treating all of them quite the same, despite the fact that I acknowledge the market is moving in tandem. And so this is a silly concept. Like, the idea that people aren't going to value different assets differently based on technical attributes or this or that, because they're not all the same. I mean, sure, there are a lot of copies, fine, but that's why the market, it's taking time, but market will figure it out. It's like, can you imagine if you said like Facebook is gonna fail because there can be an endless number of Facebook competitors? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine making that argument with a straight face? Like, how stupid do you have to be to think that makes some damn sense here? And not that I think Peter Schiff is stupid. I think he's just making a piss poor argument. He really is. So like you're saying, it's like I can create a new company that does the same thing as Facebook, and then I get like, in a world where it's just Facebook and then my new company that does the same thing in that world, I get half the market share because I exist, purely because I exist, not based on any other metric. Is that how humans value stuff in life? No, Peter, it is not. You can try, and on top of this, I'll tell you what, Peter, you go ahead and create your own cryptocurrency, and you tell me how easy it is to get real world adoption. Like, try and get your coin adopted to the level that Bitcoin or XRP has. Now, if you're right, though, if your stance is correct that they're all the same, oh my gosh, it's just because basically what he's arguing here is like every cryptocurrency that comes out, it's part of the same market cap as if it's just one coin. It's stupid. So if that's true, then, Peter, go ahead and put out your own cryptocurrency and try to get it adopted and see what the hell happens. Now, maybe because you're Peter Schiff, some people actually would buy it because you get some news, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't mean that long term it would be here, but it also, like, the bigger point is, like, if you're just somebody launching a coin, good freaking luck getting it actually adopted and getting it on exchanges. Like, it is not easy. It is absolutely not. In fact, in 2021, man, it's difficult. I guess I'll just leave it at that. I think you guys get the point on that. And so what a terrible argument. And it's like, I mean, I can punch holes in all his arguments, but this one's particularly bad. Anyway, next topic from you today. Flare community to have its own Wikipedia. Details. Ooh, that's just the details. Tell me about it. Early supporters of Flare FLR, are going to release a community-driven Wikipedia site that will cover the most crucial aspects of Flare's technical and marketing process. According to the announcement shared on Twitter, Flarepedia, I like that, a new project of the Flare community is going to be released soon. Flarepedia is set to become the first ultimate knowledge base for Flare enthusiasts. And initially, Flarepedia's mass of data will include 3 sections: Learn, Explore, and Community. As such, it will be of use for researchers, developers, and community members. The Wiki-like initiative will be fully community-driven. Every Flare enthusiast will be able to contribute to Flarepedia's informational articles, and as such, the vision of Flarepedia's initiators is very ambitious, and here's a quote. Our goal is to source and organize as much information about the Flare network as possible on a user-friendly and easy-to-understand website. So I just think that's cool. Like it seems like a true community effort, and as a future Spark token holder, still waiting on that, I'm just excited to see adoption around it in general. And it may be the case that, especially depending on when the Spark tokens finally get released, maybe I'll hold on to the vast majority of those, if not all, in part by force, depending on when they're released, until the next market cycle. But if some of them are released, yeah, there's a chance maybe I sell some. We'll see what exchanges they end up on. But I have a feeling like these Spark tokens, I think we're going to be talking about them a lot next market cycle. If it's seriously, if we're seeing real adoption, especially throughout the bear market, like I'm talking actual utility, actual adoption in that sense, you wait till the speculators come back in several years later, I'll be talking about, I'm not going away, like I'm going to keep running this channel. It could be big. So I'm really curious to see how this all pans out. Now, as far as XRP, I was just curious. I don't know that I'd ever done this, but for the fun of it, I went to Wikipedia and I typed in XRP, and you know what came up? Ripple. Ripple came up. Ripple Payment Protocol. It says Ripple is a real-time growth settlement system, blah, 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 blah. Why the hell would it go to this when you type in XRP? XRP needs to have its own damn page. Don't make no damn sense. So I decided that I just wanted to at least do, maybe not bitching up a storm about it, but just like a little light bitching session about it, because it really does steam my vegetables, folks. Well, XRP goes to a Ripple Payment Protocol. Like, who decided that's where it would link to? Because clearly Ripple and XRP are not the same damn thing. I'm just saying. I'll go ahead and wrap up there, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Nambo.